Alright, is the work not beautiful or what? Tonight's show is entitled Convergence from Africa to the Americas, am I correct? Let's go ahead and start with any opening remarks about yourself and what's been tied into the work we have on display this evening. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. How's everyone? Thank you all for coming out. Even if you didn't come specifically for the show, I appreciate you being here. So thank you. The show is called Convergence from Africa to the Americas. The work is about Black women of the diaspora. The work focuses on women from different eras, 1800s to present day. Wanted to feature these women, all different types of women in one place, thus the convergence. Wanted them to sort of meet each other, wonder what they would say to each other if they could step out of the painting and speak to each other, you know what I mean? They've all been through some sort of struggle, Black struggle, struggle being a woman, struggle for equality, respect, dignity, and basically that's what the pieces are about. I kind of wanted also to make sure that they were empowered in a way. I didn't want the pieces to be disrespectful. These were strong women, mothers, daughters. Specifically the Hottentot Venus, she was taken from South Africa. I don't know if you know the story of the Hottentot. She was about 20 years old. And she was also, she was brought to England, I believe. Her behind is very large. And they called it stenopedia, what a disease or something like that, because the people were fascinated with the size of her behind and the size of her labia. And they put her on display as if she were an animal. And they had her showing her body parts, which is very disrespectful. And when she died, she didn't live long when she came to the Americas. When she died, they dissected her as if she were an animal and put her body parts in a pickle jar on display in a museum in France up until 1985. And so she lived this sort of horrid existence until she died. And I wanted to sort of empower her. I don't want her to be looked at as some sort of freak like she was when she lived. I want you to look at her as a woman, a strong woman, who probably didn't protest what was going on with her, but she probably silently protested. And so this piece here with the baby is about teenage pregnancy. And I'm sure maybe all of us know some little girl who had a baby. It's called Baby Mother. Child, and she's trying to raise a child, and the cycle continues, unfortunately. So I thought that the works would cover all of the different types of Black women, although I can't fit everyone in. There's so many different types of women that I just can't fit in. I paint because I have to. I paint because I need to. And I also paint, most of my works are about the everyday survivor. The people, the unknowns, not famous people. You see them all the time on TV. These are the regular folk who struggle every day to make a living. The people that you wouldn't normally see. The people you walk by on the street and you probably look at them like they're crazy. These are regular folk. And I think that they survive every day. They can't pay the rent, they don't have a car, they ride the bus, they don't know where the next meal is coming from. That's what really interests me. And so these works are about women, yes, but the majority of my work is about everybody who is underprivileged, the underclass people, all right? So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to answer. When I was on dialysis, this arm has a fistula in it, and it was locked onto the machine, and I had this arm free. I would bring my headphones, and I would have a small sketchbook, and I would just draw. Because when I would go into the dialysis center, right across from me would be somebody who was amputated. somebody is screaming right here to death. You know what I mean? These people are dying. There's no happiness. There's no joy. There's nothing going on. And I had to keep my mind occupied so I didn't become one of them. You know what I mean? So I would bring my sketchbook in and I would listen to my reggae music because that's my #1 music. And I would draw, you know. And it really wasn't until I came back from Jamaica, because honestly in about 2000, I didn't feel like I could paint. I thought I could draw, but I didn't think I could paint very well. And I kept on saying, I can't paint, I can't paint, I can't paint. And one day I just said to myself, I'm going to try to paint something. I was doing pastels and all that. So I picked up a brush and I painted a picture. I still have that picture. And I look at it now, it's pretty flat and, you know, ugly, but, you know, I just had to stop saying I can't do it and actually just do it, you know. So there was no specific point. It was all in that year, sort of 2000, that I really just decided to do it, you know. In 2001, I had my transplant February 28th, and I did my first show that year.
Jack, please do. Now, we discussed earlier the exaggeration of certain features on some of the pieces, and it's, you know, is that natural for you as well? Is that something you consciously decided to do with your...
I always exaggerate lips, because I have very full lips, and I just really like lips, you know, so they're always going to be big and bubbly. Hers are a little thin, but for the most part, you'll always see that in my paintings, even on the guys, they have big lips. So, yeah.
Well, I like it. It makes them feel real.
Yeah, yeah. Little piece of me in all the paintings, so.
Do you have any advice for aspiring or untrained, quote-unquote, untrained artists?
Well, I am an aspiring and I was untrained. And the advice is to just keep on, keep it on. You know what I mean? Never stop, because you never know where you'll be. I mean, I feel like I'm really at the beginning of my journey. 5 years into it, and I have a long way to go.